What up,
Yeah.
man? Figuring shit out. We back. We back. We back. Episode 15. Goddamn. Ooh, we've been
One
pushing things
five.
out, Frank.
Yeah, man. 15 weeks in a row. It's more like 16, 17, but who's counting?
It is. It is. What's going on with you? How you been?
Good, man. Can't complain, man. We still here. You know what I'm saying? So, shit. You know who I am. Fucking Bunee Flacs. Got the silversyndicate.org.
What's
Hit that
up?
up for any silver, gold, metal investments. LucidPerspective.com. That's the media company. We're still doing a website special. And that's me in a nutshell. You know what I'm saying? King Arthur, what you got going
Yeah,
on?
yeah. Speed around, goddamn CuttyApp. I ain't got my background today though, man. Y'all know what time it is. Go download
Right.
that. 2020 faces, LED mask. Oh man, I'm gonna be hot this Halloween. On
Yeah,
fire.
we
I
ready.
got 7 boxes in the house right now, but we ain't talking about that.
For you, we
Envy
don't.
Grindstone. Yeah, Envy Grindstone. We coming back next year, but we're about to get into it because we got cousin in the building. She got a figuring shit out moment for y'all.
Word,
Uh,
word.
what you do? You got the hair salon, got the customs. You got,
Yes, yes,
goddamn, you been to Africa, Ghana, motherland on them,
yes.
Word,
all
word.
that, all that. So, goddamn, let them know who you is, what you about, where you from, and all that good stuff.
Ashanti of Ashanti's Hair Studio. Everybody knows me as Ashanti of Ashanti's Hair Studio, doing hair. Been doing hair about 20 years around here. Just got into a new custom business, SC Custom Designs, for all your custom needs,
Nice.
t-shirts, customs. We doing. And yeah, like he said, I did just come back from Africa. Did 40 days in West Africa.
Wow.
Um,
40 days, that's crazy.
in West Africa. So yeah, and I'm here trying to figure shit out.
Hey,
Facts.
hey, Frank, you been out of the country, Frank?
All right.
Yes. I've been to St. Martin. I've been to Canada. I don't know if you count Puerto Rico. I mean, it's kind of out, but it's not. It's kind of considered America, but it's an island. But
Mm.
yeah, that's it. That's pretty much it. You know what I mean? What about
Damn,
yourself?
I feel bad, man. I've been to Texas.
That's it. You been in New York? No other states?
I've been to New York for a walk through a couple times. I ain't like it. They was too fast. Like somebody hit my
So you
shoe.
got to
Look,
get
somebody hit my shoe. Somebody hit my shoe. I went to look back to get mad. They already gone.
Yeah. No, that's how it is out there. Yeah,
You
that's
know
what
what I
they'll
mean?
do.
Like I've been there. Where else I been?
You gotta get out more, bro. You gotta get out the country.
I've been a couple
yeah,
places, but not nowhere special.
Word,
you
word.
better get
Got to get my
some.
life together, bro. So let's get this show going. Goddamn, cause what was your figuring shit out moment? Do you know your figuring shit out moment with your hair?
I think I did figure it out. I learned the skill like when I was 11 years old. So, by the time I was actually able to really make money off of it, I realized that's when I kind of figured it out and it was like, you know what, I
Mm,
can make this work.
Mm.
So, I went to Votech when I was in high school and got my license before I graduated. But when I graduated, I had a license and I was able to work in the salon.
dope.
I went to like a corporate salon, worked with them for like 6 years, built my skill up, clientele, learned different products, and just basically got into the world of hair, you know. And at that point, it was just like, I can make a lot of money doing this, you know, and I don't really have to, and I can work for myself and don't have to really work for nobody else and do it, you know. So I dove into it and just learned as much as I could, you know, always improvised on my skill, got better and better at whatever it is that I wanted to do and whatever I wanted to learn, and got to this point where I am now.
Dope, dope.
Yeah, that's sweet. Like I always said before I started cutting up, I was like, man, I got to find me a skill like the barbers and the hairstylists and the mechanics, because they can get paid any day, any weather, any location.
Facts.
Anywhere,
And people gonna keep
anywhere,
growing hair. Like hair is not something that's not
anywhere.
gonna go away. I mean, for
Right.
some people it will, like me. You know what I mean? But
And,
I'm bald
and
as fuck
the
after this.
skill don't matter. They got band weaves.
Oh Lord,
Yeah,
looking like
that's
Uzi
true.
Noodles on the top.
Look, we be joking about that, right? Like I be joking with my wife about that. Like one of these fucking days, I'm just gonna have the toupee on and just show up like I just been like this the whole time.
Man,
Just
you better
walk
up putting this cap.
somewhere. I might
You
show up for
you
this. You know what I'm
gotta
saying?
ease
Like just
people
like I got
into
here.
it like you're growing your hair. So you gotta get like a little low fade and ease your way into
Bro,
it
Yeah.
like you growing
you better off edging and mapping your beard, dog. Don't do that.
Nah, I was. This is my thing, right? It's gonna be the shock value. I'm just gonna walk into a place, family thing or somewhere where people know me and know that I'm bald and just walk in like I just had hair
Yeah.
the whole time. You know? And I be looking at them like, what the fuck you talking about? What's everybody laughing about? But yeah, one day
Look,
maybe I'll
you
do
can
it
make
on
them take
this
you
show.
serious.
Yeah, maybe I'll do it on this show. Just show up with fucking head full of hair or some
I'm gonna
shit.
say something.
Yeah, do it. Go ahead. That'll be funny. It'll be dope.
I keep it 100.
I ain't gonna tell you though.
All right,
I ain't gonna tell you.
Are you ready? I'm gonna do it. I want to do
You do men toupees too.
Yes, what do you mean?
Okay.
I do everything.
All right, so
That's what's up.
tell us about your shop then. So what's up with you in the shop? How you get started in the shop? When was your first shop? I know you just got to a new location. And goddamn gone crazy news about the mall. They about to tear it down, but they like 4 years too late, cuz.
They're a whole lot of years too.
They like 6 years too late.
Oh, so wait, you out here military circle?
I was in military.
Oh, okay.
I recently left military circle in May.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So yeah, I started getting into the salon. Like I said, when I got out of when I graduated from high school, I started working in like the corporate salons, but I always worked in a private salon on the side too. So I was getting the best of both worlds. Like I wanted the education, so being in the corporate business, it's a little more structured. So I was getting more education, learning, but I was getting paid by the hour. After a while, I got tired of me working on somebody's schedule, making all this money, getting my check, and it's less than half of what I know I made. And I was just like, yeah, I understand.
Math ain't mathing.
I understood it from both spectrums. I understood, the corporate side of things, and then I understand the private side of things because I was working in a private salon as well as working in a corporate salon. So, and I was just like, I can make the same all that money that I was making for them that they taxing me and giving me a commission off of, I can make in a private salon myself. Doing the same exact thing, and now I'm learning more of the business working with them. So now I can implement that. So once I started just saying, okay, this is what I'm going to do. And I know that I'm not going to work for nobody. I started just learning more, capitalizing, educating myself so that it wasn't just a hobby for me. It was more like a career. And once I got to that point, that's when I was like, okay, yeah, now I'm ready to work in the salon because I was super, super selective about where I worked. So
nice thing to have, be able to choose.
Yeah, I was super selective about where I worked and because of my clientele. So and I didn't like moving. So everywhere that I went, I was there for a while, at least 5 years. So I didn't like moving because I thought it was kind of bad unless I didn't have no choice. If the neighbor, if the building we were going in was tearing down or something, I didn't have a choice. Then I ain't have no choice. But I didn't really like having to keep move. I felt like that had an effect on your clientele when you're constantly moving. So I was working in a barbershop in the flea market.
Okay, Young Money.
I used to work in that barbershop, the yellow building. They used to call it the yellow building. I don't even know.
It's Bill Flea Market,
It's
right?
not even yellow no more, I don't think.
Right.
But yeah,
Not Bill's.
Yellow building for some years, and that was a good little. It was a good little lookout, But at the end of the day, I'm trying to grow my business, and I was like, okay, I needed something more, and I needed a change.
Right.
We all know what type of clientele and what's coming through there. So it was like, if I wanted to grow, I had to step outside of my box. So that's when I got a salon in Virginia Beach on Princess Anne in Newtown, in that area. And I was over there for 3 years, and then I started teaching. I actually went back to school, got my cosmetology instructor's license, and I started teaching. So once I started teaching, I was like, oh, okay, so this cycle, I don't even really have to do hair for real because the education, like I like teaching, always promote healthy hair. So it was just like, okay, I like this.
You could spread your wings, teach people, you know what I'm saying, charge them to teach them, and then, you could. So do you have, I know you have a salon. Where is it at? So just so people understand where you are.
I am in Virginia Beach on Virginia Beach Boulevard, right off of Rosemont in the Little Neck Towers.
Okay.
So it's 3500 Virginia Beach Boulevard, Virginia Beach.
Rosemont, Virginia Beach. Okay, I know that area. That's what's
up.
Right next to the Burlington Co-Factory.
Next door to social services, Virginia Beach Social Services.
Gotcha.
About Taco Bell. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So do you teach out of there too?
I don't do classroom settings. I do more like one-on-ones and apprentice type teaching. I was once upon a time looking to do like the school setting, but once I started working in the school, took me back to working the job.
Right,
And
right. Because
it's
yeah.
and once you get into certain school structures, it's it's always politics behind things. And I feel like when it comes to us getting our license, they give us the bare minimums to get our license. They don't really prepare us for the world, So it's like they just give us what you need to be certified, and that and that's it. So
Throw you to the wolves.
And it's on you to be successful.
and that's what the curriculum is only giving you the bare minimum, but they require so much of the students. And so I was like, I don't think this is. I mean, I want to teach, but I didn't really want to do it in a setting. It's somebody else's setting, basically. I wanted to create my own dynamic. And I feel like an apprenticeship for me is a better thing because you get paid while you work. Most of my students that I were teaching were adults. They had family, they had children. So a lot of them can't just go to school full time without some type of income coming in. A lot of us need that income. So I was like, I'd rather do an apprentice versus, a school setting because, that allow people to at least generate a little bit of income, something coming in versus you dedicating so much time to this program.
Right.
And they were getting penalized for hours and things like that.
Wow.
And they're not even getting paid. So I was like, I don't want to do a school on that aspect. I want to do it where they can still make a little bit of money, like a trade, just like going to welding school or apprentice program with the shipyard or something, like the same as that way. You still gonna get this skill, but you can make money along the process. So that's what I'm working on now. But in the meantime, I just do one-on-ones. Anybody that's interested in one-on-one private classes and things like that, I do those as well.
Nice.
You thought about putting that into a course, like that one-on-one that you do with somebody, like whatever you're teaching them, or like coursing how you do particular styles?
Okay, so I'm big on having a license. So it's certain things, like the things that I'm willing to teach one-on-one is for anybody. And these are things that, like, I have a lot of clients that don't know nothing about hair. Right. So it might be the simplest thing, like how to take care of your child's natural hair, how to comb your daughter's natural hair, how to take care of your son's natural hair, how to shampoo it, how to detangle it, how to, just blow dry it, just simple stuff,
Right.
Because I have a lot of people that come to me and just have just the simplest questions about stuff. So I do classes for, that type of stuff. And then, people that's interested in braiding and things like that, I teach classes for that. Things that you don't actually have to have a license for. Once we start getting the licensing and you talking about you want to do color and things that require you to actually be licensed, then that's when we start looking into the apprentice program.
Right. That's what I was about to say, because don't you... When it comes to those things, right, chemicals and all that shit, you gotta there's liability. You could hurt somebody if you don't understand the interaction and the chemistry and all that. You could burn someone's shit and all that stuff.
Definitely, and that's one of the biggest things that we have going on in our industry right now, because it's thousands of stylists around here. It's a lot of people, and I'm not knocking nobody hustle because I was one of them, but I also learned along the way the importance of why it's important to have your license, because you doing these people hair and you don't understand scalp conditions and diseases, funguses and things like that, and you're still maneuvering, and that's how things get spread. So it's like, I feel like certain stuff is just important. So you have your people that know how to do stuff, and like I said, with me, I felt like it was a natural passion, that was a God-given passion that was given to me. So it wasn't, I went to school because I wanted the license.
Right. So when
a lot of people that's just like me, they can look at something and do it just like that, but that don't necessarily mean that you have
professional
education and skill. You know what I'm saying? I can watch all the YouTube videos on how to perform some surgery, but does that make me qualified?
Heart surgery, right? Yeah, like watch heart surgery or some shit. Like I got this, I can do it.
You might be all right.
Right. So
is there a so like you say the getting a license is important, right? Because like you learn a lot about all that stuff. But like when it comes to liability, does a license, don't you have to get insurance also, or does the license cover insurance? Like if you actually hurt somebody,
you do have to have insurance, but the education teaches you how to handle those things.
Right.
At the end of the day, if you are properly educated, for one, you wouldn't even get to the part where you need the liability, because you know how to address it head on before you even get to a liability point. Right. That's because you're analyzing and you're doing your consultations and you're looking at the client's head before time. You're not telling them to come already shampooed.
Right.
You understand what I'm
Pre-game.
saying?
Go ahead, get your pre-game on. Come
I
through.
mean,
I got you.
I get it, because that's happening a lot. But at the same time, you don't know what's going on with this client. You, especially if it's somebody you've never done, you don't know what's going on with this person's scalp or head or whatever.
Right.
You know, and so
you
are taking a risk, because now when you aren't licensed and then this person comes to you and they may have something going on and then they have a problem afterward, they can blame you. Now you have a problem because now you operating without a license and this person is trying to hold you responsible for something, and you can't even tell them whether you did it or not because you don't know.
Right.
That's one thing I never thought about, that risk of going to somebody's house and they got a nasty ass head. They got a nasty ass scalp.
You don't know what they got in there, right?
And I never even thought about like going to somebody's house, let somebody come and sit in your chair and it's like shit falling out of it, and you trying to be a professional, but you sitting there looking like, man, go on and cut this shit to the white meat.
If you were educated, you'd be like, look, professionally, I cannot do this. You will have to, and all we can do is just refer them to a physician, you know, because we know what needs to be medically treated. We can tell, like, from education, we can tell what needs to be medically treated or something that you can go to the store and just buy. But we know what we need to be handling, what we don't need to be handling. And it's not worth the money to take that risk, because then now you're compromising your license.
Are you new in town or need a fresh cut on the fly? Let me show you a convenient way to hire a mobile hair care pro now. Simply download the CuttyApp from the App Store. Create a profile and have access to professional mobile barbers and stylists in your area. The CuttyApp allows you to browse for hair care professionals 24/7. View their profile and share your location to find the nearest one. Once you've found the perfect pro with just a click of a button, have your professional meet you in a matter of minutes. This means no more worrying about running late, waiting for the next chair to open, or missing your appointment completely. Reclaim your valuable time and put your mind at ease knowing your hair care pro is on the way. CuttyApp is the only place to hire a hair care pro whenever you are ready, wherever you are. CuttyApp. Join the revolution today.
So I got a question, King, because you just mentioned something that sparked a question in me. When it comes to the CuttyApp, right? You got your barbers that sign up. Are you checking them for papers, licenses, or
everybody's required to provide a barber's or cosmetology license number, right? So barbers and hairstylists.
Okay.
And we go and check it. So within 24, 48 hours, we'll let them work. But if we come back that is expired or they don't have a valid number, their profile is frozen until then. So yeah, we thought about that, but
yeah, because I can't sign up as a barber and just be like, yo, I'm just gonna cut people's hair, show up, and just.
You can for the first 24, 48 hours, but you got to provide a license number, right?
Okay, cool. That's what's up. I didn't know that. Cool. You talking about going to people's houses? Like, yeah, you're like, you don't know who show up at your crib.
Like, but when she said that, that's what I thought about. I was like, man, like I didn't even think about people going to somebody's house, dog, and their house is just as bad as their hair. And you know what I mean? Now you kind of low key stuck.
And not to knock it, but you just have to think about the liability, and only because. Before I got my license, when I was going through school, I used to do hair at home, and I ran into this situation, and that's when I learned the law behind it. So the thing is, when you're doing hair in a home and you're not licensed, like, you literally can be fined by the city. That's against the law. That is a whole fine, because even though you are licensed by the state to do hair, you have to be in a facility that is actually
sanitized,
sanctioned for hair. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it had to be zoned. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
You should be in a zoned area for that service. You understand? If money is being exchanged. So by law, you can't be advertising that you're doing unless you have a license to say that you are a mobile stylist.
So I got a question.
So
go ahead, King. Go ahead.
What about? So we know I can't set up in my kitchen do hair. Can I go to their house and provide a service to them?
By law, by law, you're not supposed to. People are doing it every day.
Right.
You know that. We all
yeah.
But by law, I'm telling you this because you have a business set up, and by law,
that's on them.
And just if you want to read up on that too, and I'm gonna send you some stuff. Matter of fact, but by law, you're not supposed to.
So,
Mhm.
are we talking?
In
So,
Virginia.
like you were saying, there was certain things that you could do without a license, and then there's things you need a license for.
Mhm.
When it comes to things you need a license for, I'm sure you're saying that's what you got to do. But like for the, let's say braiding hair or things you don't need a license for, is
Braiding
that
hair, since you don't need a license,
okay?
honestly, I don't know how the laws go with that
Right.
when it comes to no licensing. Because I'm like, okay, you don't have a license, so how is it mandated? You know, so I don't really know how the laws go when it comes to braiding.
Okay.
You know, but you know, when it comes to cosmetology, you have to have that license. So, and it's certain, like, because of like the law, the sanitation and
Yeah,
things
that's
behind
important.
that. That's why it's a little more liability behind it when it comes to
Mhm.
cosmetology.
So even like just like for men, right? Just shaving or just cutting hair. Like if I hit somebody on the CuttyApp to come trim my beard up, is that okay, or is that like
Even with barbers, because
gray
barbers should
area?
be like as well. And because
Right.
think about it, they're using razors that could cut you with blood.
Mhm.
True.
Right. They gotta know how to handle it.
You know what I'm saying? You
That
know,
did
you
happen
could
to
have
my
a
brother
guy
once.
that got a face full of pimples, and you know, you leave this man's house after you cut his pimple face, and then go to somebody else's house and not clean your clippers, and then you spread and stuff.
That
You know,
happened. That happened to my brother. He went to a salon, or he went to a barber. I don't know what happened. There was an interaction, and then when they edged him up, he had like some shit all around his shit, and we were just like, "What the fuck?" You know what I'm saying? It
Man, my
was
worst
crazy.
nightmare.
Yeah, no, it was crazy. I was like, bro, it's
Worst
only
nightmare.
where the lines, where the rate, where the
right when he cut him at.
yeah, and it was like,
I see it a
like,
lot.
what the
I see it
fuck?
a lot. I do a lot of guys braids and locks, and I see it a lot. I see it all the time, all the time.
That's type wild.
And it's
That's
just, you know,
type
just
wild.
not, and a lot of it comes with, you know, just not being educated. You know,
Mhm.
it comes with not being educated. You know, it's easy to make this money for real. Doing hair is like hustling money for real. That's why so many people doing it. So many
Under the
people do
table
it.
trying.
Like,
Yeah,
Every
right.
day you can get a
That's
dollar.
if you
Anywhere.
are one of those people who can pick up on anything and do it, that's probably the legalest hustle you can do. As far as you know, you can learn how to braid and do it right at your house.
Yo,
That's what everybody-
I remember when I was in high school in New York, at the lunch table. We be at the lunch table. I getting trim up. My boy had a drink. He be trim me up at the lunch table in school. Like we ain't think nothing
We
of
did
it.
that too,
$10.
yes.
You know what I'm saying? Here you go. Hook me up. Whatever. But yeah, I mean that's crazy. I never thought about the sanitation, the sterilization, or the cosmetology
And that's
part of it.
part
Yeah.
people don't think about until they got a lawsuit.
So
you know,
look,
until
You
somebody
fuck
comes
someone's
back.
face up and they're like,
So-
what
Yeah.
the fuck?
when I went to
Yeah.
boot camp, I had the no shave shit, right? So I won't get no shaves. Man, I would see them cats walk around there with the bubble gum neck. I would be praying to the Lord, don't you cut
Yeah.
don't you touch me with
Yeah.
none of them, boy. I would.
That
And then they
comes from
keep
that
going
different-
over it. You know what I'm saying? Again
Right.
and again and
And I
again.
was just about to say that. And a lot of that is a lot of the times this is like repetitive. Like you getting the same person to use them same nasty clippers over and over. You getting this same stylist using these same nasty
Man, he got
clippers
burnt. How you
over
got
and
to
over
burn
again.
the ones with the same clippers? You gross.
You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised.
Big
People be so
nasty.
on the go to get the money, they stop to think, let me clean my stuff. How many times you go in a barbershop and this mad hair still on the floor from all the clients?
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Because it's like,
Dang.
I'm gonna sweep this up in a minute. Let me get this money. You know what I'm saying? They don't stop to think, let me clean this up because this is not sanitary.
You know what's
If the
funny?
health department walked in, that would be a problem.
You know what's funny? I always seen my barber just thinking about it, like he would take time, clean it up, spray it down, air it away, whatever, clean the clippers, whatever. Before I'm sitting in the chair waiting, but he won't run to get to it. Like I'm comfortable, but now I got to clean up, dog.
Because if anything was to happen to you after that last client got up and he didn't clean, that's a liability for him. That's a
I
problem.
ever got to clean the clip.
So King, I feel like this might got to be addressed. Like, does this mess with your business model, or like, how would you address this? Or, I mean, we could take it offline. Or
No,
whatever.
no, you good.
It's really for me, I feel like it's a big deal because I've invested a lot in becoming a professional and being that stylist, you know, because I came from doing hair in the house and doing things the unprofessional way. And then I went to school and I learned things the proper way of doing it. And I feel like the industry is getting watered down because you know, there are so many talented people that just have the God-given talent, but they're not interested in going to school to educate themselves. Right. It's just the quick money. It's a side hustle for them. So I feel like that's what's watering down the industry. So a lot of people, if they want something quick, you know, they're gonna go to a homegirl and do this. They're not worried about if a girl say come with their hair already shampooed and blow dry, they gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? And then 2 weeks later, they got bumps in their head and they got these problems. And now,
hair falling out.
Instead of them thinking about what they did, now you want to blast this girl. Well, you can't really blame her. You can't. You blame her. She doing hair at the house and she don't got a license. Not saying that you're gonna get every time, but.
And you have no liability protection. You can't sue. I mean, you probably can sue, but like. The person wasn't licensed. It wasn't a facility. Yeah,
so you took that risk, you know? You took that risk. So it's like, you know, like I said, it's a lot of talented people that are working out of their homes that are very, very talented, but they take a huge risk every time they do somebody's hair without a license. They do. They take a huge risk.
So to answer your question, Frank, no. So again, I don't have no gripe with it because what she just said, we make sure you're licensed, right? And if you're going to do a mobile hair, you know what you're doing, right? Also with when we're doing these people who go and do the mobile orders or mobile services, they're responsible for their pricing, they're responsible for their payment, they're responsible for their insurance, right? They're responsible for their risk, right? So ain't nothing on us. We're just connecting the customer to a service provider that's able to go to them whenever they want to, if they want to, or like we just said, allowing the customers knowing that the salon got an open chair, and I mean I can lock in the chair right now and get my way over there, right? So just speeding up the process between the new customer and the client, or you know what I mean, somebody trying to get immediate service. So we don't even care about. I ain't saying we don't care about them not being licensed, but you can't use our app and not be.
You probably should have. You probably already have like something like in, you know, I don't know if there's like an agreement that they sign when they say I'm a barber or I'm a, you know, hair person, taking the liability. Like you're just the middleman, right? You just connect, like you said, connecting the service provider to the client. So, and you got nothing to do with that.
We let them know that, you know, once you on this app, we just connected you with a customer. You are responsible for your pricing, responsible for, like I said, your insurance, responsible for the service that you about to provide. Like,
that's what's up.
You know what I mean? So yeah.
Cool.
Goddamn go. So let's get Cuzzo in this chair, because I don't know too many people got a salon who got, you know what I mean? Like, I know a couple barbers who got a shop. I know a couple barbers that's shop hoppers, right? So they just be up in different shops because they be in different cities, whatever, doing whatever. And then we got, you know, I know the lady name is Audrey. She in Virginia Beach. She got a salon. She'd have been in the same spot for goddamn over 30 years. Got a good location, and she just been rocking forever. She don't do no advertising, word of mouth. She got a nice little clientele. She get a
nice. Oh no.
So, tell us about, you know, your experience in shopping, like some of the expenses and stuff, and like what's that like?
I start my both of my salons actually that I got. I started out working in both of them as a stylist, and then ended up taking them over. So I was kind of blessed in that aspect because I didn't have to really start all the way from the bottom. You know, it was already kind of a revolving door with both of the businesses. Military Circle in my mind always kind of was just a hidden gem. That's what I felt like. You know, I felt like it was a hidden gem. They just was taking too long to figure out what they wanted to do with it, you know. Right. But what I've learned over the years, and I came in during an era without social media. So I came in where, you know, we built our clientele organically.
We can tell your age, cuz
yeah, I'm 41.
Shit, I'm about to be pushing 40. Shit, damn.
How old is it been?
Yeah. So before social media, you know, we was literally talking to people. We was passing out flyers. It was real networking that we was doing. And we built a clientele. Like for me, a lot of my clients have been with me 15 plus years, you know.
Nice.
And so I'm doing them, I'm doing their kids, some of them got grandkids, you know, and a lot of them, I don't even advertise a whole lot of my business. Like I have a Google profile and I have a Yelp page. I have all the business. I'm connected socially everywhere, but I barely advertise because I can barely take new clients,
Wow,
you know.
that's a good problem.
My regular clientele really, and I built it. And trust me, people get out of, and that's another misconception. People go to school and they think when they get out of school, they just instantly gonna make buku money. And it's not like that. It takes some time to build because, you know, you got to figure your niche. You got to figure out what works for you. You know, you got to get into a position where, you know, you got to be willing to not take no money. You know, because sometimes, you know, we get so caught up on the money. I know for years, like when I was younger, I used to be chasing the money, and I know I made hella money though. I know I made hella money, but at the same time, I was tired. I was just
tired of the
overwhelmed, worked out, and I always told myself I don't want to be working like that. Like that's my goal in life is to create assets and revolving income so that I don't have to be working and I can just do the things I want to. So once I realized that even though this is my business, I still feel like I'm working. I gotta change how I want to do this. So then I start, because at that time I was letting my customers run me. You know, if my client called me to need an appointment, I was trying to fit them in. I wouldn't tell nobody no. Nobody know, no matter what it is. If I had to be in there at 12 o'clock, I was in there because I wanted to make sure I got all my clients. And I was like, I'm dragging myself, and they don't even appreciate it because when I'm sick, they calling me asking me when I'm gonna be in. You know what I'm saying?
Right, like a boss or something, right? Yeah.
So
I meet you with a talk drive.
Get your ass to work. Call you in on your day off and shit.
They acting like they care. Then then by the end of the conversation, so how long you think you gonna be out? What?
I got some third fluid in the kitchen.
You know what? Get off my phone. So I told myself I didn't want to. I have to take control of my business. If this is my business, I got to take control, and I got to take the control back. So I created a structure for my business. I got me a booking link. I put all my prices and all of my information on my booking link. I set my hours, and I strict to. I created policies and guidelines, and I hold to it.
Process.
You know, and I don't let it nobody bend it. No matter how long you've been with me, I make everybody follow the same structure. You know, and it worked for me. I don't have no issues. It helps me eliminate people that are playing, you know, that's just, you know, they just want to check prices. You know, I don't have to play games with people no more. The people that come to me are people that are serious about getting this work. That's all. I don't have to deal with too many iffy people anymore, you know, and that's the way I wanted it. So now I can move. I just reduced my days to 3 days a week. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm trying to, and if I could get it to 2, that's going to be even better. Because I don't want to work no more. I really don't want to work. You
put the groundwork, you put the foundation, and now you can take a step back.
I laid the foundation, and I'm just looking I'm still analyzing the business. Like, okay, well, you know, I can't condense because now, you know, I'm noticing that my clients, they spread out this many days. So now let me just condense them to this days and keep condensing. And I still can get everything that I'm doing in that same amount of time. You know what I'm saying? And still free up more of my time to be able to do more. You know, I like to travel, and that's what I want to do. So
what I took from that was being able to pick my customers. Like, so
right.
Understand that I can go one place and sell my product, and I gotta fight for them to buy it, and then taking the same product in another whole place, and they just shut up and take my money. Shut up and take my money.
Everybody flock to it.
Well, you must be doing something right. Because
that's what I do.
You just
like,
said
I don't have to. Like I said, I haven't advertised in months. Months. You know what I'm saying? And I get new clients. Just because I still keep my Google profile alive. I still get people. Google sends me people on a regular. You know, I don't have to do a whole lot. You know, and those people that Google send me end up becoming regular clients for me. So it's like I understand, you know, social media now and how it works now for a lot of new people. But I didn't have to go through all of that. What social media does. So it's like whether I post on social media or not, that's not what built my business. You know what I'm saying? Right. So it's like I laid that foundation down. I don't have to do all that extra work no more to get people in. You know, I'm even at the point now where if the clients start making me feel uncomfortable, I'm firing clients. You
You
know,
firing
gotta let 'em go.
that is a bar. That is a bar. You firing
It's not
clients.
about the money no more. It's about a peace of mind. I'm not trying, like, this is my business, and my business is supposed to be beneficial, and I'm supposed to enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to work a job. That job is it's not in my vision at all. So I don't want nothing that I do to feel like a job.
Right. So you must be doing some right, because like you just said before, when we got on, you were like you was in Africa for 40 days, so you wasn't here for 40 days. So somebody here running this shit, right?
And look, and every day my bank account was still pinging.
Word.
So
You running operations from
that shit.
overseas and shit. You know what I'm saying?
and
Like
that was amazing. Like, that was amazing. I came back and just was like,
Hold on.
now I'm ready to change everything else. Change everything up.
Before we get there, look,
Check
man,
the
talk
segue.
about changing everything up. Check it before we talk about changing everything up. How you plan on growing, right? So I hear you saying you can condense it down to a couple of days. I hear you saying you get to pick your particular customer. I hear you saying you in the shop. I done got a lot of automated processes and procedures in place. How you plan on growing, right? How you plan on getting Ashanti out of the goddamn studio?
So I honestly feel like I am growing. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like I control my growth. You know, if I felt like I wanted to build my clientele more, I already know what it's literally like the click of a mouse. You know what I'm saying? To just open it up. And I feel like I have the control now of my business. It's like if I wanted more, I could get more. But I'm at a place where I'm comfortable because I'm trying to locate right now. That's what my next move. I'm trying to locate. So I'm condensing here so I can relocate to the DMV area.
Come on up here.
okay.
Come on, cuzzo.
Yeah, so that's what the plan is. But I'm just trying to build residuals. If I could come here, do hair when I need to for a point of time, and I can be there and do hair for a couple of times, I'm getting into this education. So if I could travel, I can help people implement things for their salon, help startup businesses. You know what I'm saying? Come up with strategies and ways to help kickstart their businesses. That's what I want to do. But I want to travel and do that. So all around the country, around the world, that's what I want to be able to, just help you come up with strategies to help you figure out what's going to work for your business. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
And do education. That's where I want to go with it.
Yeah, come get me, cuzzo, out the Fredericksburg, please. Come get me out the in between. That shit, the in between, cuz.
I need to come. It's crazy. I always go through it. I've never been to Fredericksburg.
The in between, look, go down the downtown, goddamn, you can see somebody on the tree in the moment.
And see, I've been here so long. I'm like, I love DC now. I just love the fact that it's just so much, so diversity, so much money, so much opportunity.
It's a lot of
it's never a dull moment.
I can attest to that.
It's jumping.
Yeah,
I moved up there for a couple of years. You know what I'm saying? Did my thing, came back down.
Your life.
Oh yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that is facts. I
don't like DC, but I like the outskirts, like Crystal City, Alexandria. That's more my because they ain't as rowdy, but they get some ducats. They know how to have fun. There's always something going on, and you can make some money out this bitch. If you're creative and got a tool or a skill or a goddamn product.
Money is consistency. Anything that you want to make money with, you just got to be consistent with. That's the part. People don't be consistent, and they want it as soon as they get it. As soon as they
figuring shit out.
Like the money's supposed to pour. Nobody has patience to wait for the money to actually work for
right? The breakthrough.
So nobody is really consistent with it. It's like, okay, you give it a few months and it's not doing nothing, and you just give up on it.
That's not enough time.
Consistency, and that's what I teach my students. It's consistency with anything that you're doing. Anything. Yes, consistent. Stay consistent with it. Because while you posting your one post or your two posts, somebody is watching it and they on it all the time. That's constantly looking for it and asking for it. So if once they see my profile gone, people see Ashanti's hair studio gone, they can be like, oh, she not doing hair no more. I can't find her on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? But as long as I'm still on social media, they know, oh, she's still active and she's still available. But it's just consistency. I've always been available. I've always been there.
That's a great message, because there's a lot of people out there with ambition and goals and dreams, and I've been one of those, right? I've had my mind could go crazy with a different bunch of ventures. I'll start something one week, and then next week I'm on something totally different, and I just stopped that last thing I was working on. So I'm one of those people. You know what I'm saying? Not so much now, but over the past 10, 15, 20 years, I've been learning. You just got to keep going. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I think I just been juggling the same couple balls, right? At first it was just one ball, then I threw another, and then I got 3. Now I'm just juggling 3, and I be trying not to add no more, but here we are, we're figuring shit out. So
me too, right? Yeah, we just do a weekly podcast that turns to 2 times a week, which may turn to 3 times a week, which may turn to 7 days. I don't.
It's like all these ideas, you get overwhelmed, and you just want to get everything done. That's what it be. And then you're like, okay, now let me just chill. Let me just fall back and get one.
I'm at the fall back now. I got the 4. I'm good. Goddamn, I got these. And you talking about something being consistent, bro. When I first started these masks, I didn't know what was going on with these masks.
You tried.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
I had about 20 of them hoes. Now I got 7 boxes in this bitch.
And they're gonna move. That's the thing. You know how to move them. You know what I'm saying? You fucked with it.
See?
You got them. You know how to move them. And
you found your niche. You found your niche, and you didn't worry about what everybody else around you had. That's the thing right there. Worrying about you in your own lane. No matter, like I tell people all the time, people always ask me, because where I moved at now, the building I'm in, it has like probably over 20 or 30 something salon suites. Inside of this same building. So everybody was like, you're not worried about the competition and this, that, and that. And I'm like, I am not to be cocky, but I feel like I'm a household name at this point. You know what I mean? So I feel like I'm not, I don't compete. I don't feel like I'm competing with anybody. I have a lane, just like they have a lane.
It's
What's
good.
for them is for them.
I'm about to say, it's good that they all in there because you could take their clients. They bringing their clients to you in the building. We all in our own spaces, so it's not even like it's not like the mall. People can just walk by and see you. You have to know who's in there if you're coming in there. You know what I'm saying? Okay.
So, but it's just the fact that it's never, if you doing what you doing and you passionate about what you doing, it's never a competition. You are your competition. You know,
because it's enough for everybody.
People be like, because I know I Googled it myself just to find out how many hairstylists is in Norfolk. It's like 10,000 stylists that once upon a time were either licensed or are still licensed. And that's just the ones that are on papers. 10,000.
It's probably less than half that are actually active. Yeah.
Right. But just think about that. If I took that number and put that in my head, I'll be going crazy like we was over the pandemic. You understand what I'm saying? But I know my own lane. I know my lane. And at the end of the day, this girl might like that girl hairstyle more than she like my hairstyle. But I got these people right here that like everything that I do, and that's why they continue to come to me. But they may not like
for everybody.
Dope. That's dope.
So
enough for everybody.
I don't even worry about what nobody. You can put me right. You can put me in a circle with a whole bunch of stylists, and I'll still be okay. Because I know whoever rocks with me gonna come to me.
That's a message. Because I know a lot of people like to compare themselves to people in other people in the industry. Will be like, oh well, I can't get this person's clients. This person's better than me over here. Like, and you can self-defeat yourself before you even try.
And
before
that's
you can even become anything.
Self-destruction. It's very self-destructive.
Yeah.
Man, so I compare it to the Great Food Truck Race. So we watched Great Food Truck Race. When I'm trying to tell you, cuz when it's 4 or 5 food trucks in one spot, everybody's booming. Everybody's booming. Everybody's winning. It may be a negative Nancy, and let's say it's 5 trucks, and the 5th truck say, "No, man, I'm gonna find my own spot to park." And guess what they do? Nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
I can't compete with them over there because they over there, and then they just can't. They do nothing. End up going home when it's 4 other trucks over here getting to it.
Right, and then people could just pick what they want. You might got the shit that nobody else got. Tacos, burgers,
and
pizza.
9 times out of 10, I want something from both trucks. I want something from
Exactly.
Right.
And you know what? It's like that in DC. I can't remember what street it is. All the food trucks be out there. How many gyro trucks do you see out there? How many ice cones?
French fries.
What?
Hot dogs.
At every single truck.
Every
that's
day.
why they not worried about nobody, worried about what lane they in. They know regardless, they gonna come over here. Somebody's gonna come to this truck and buy something. And it's the same way with everything that we do. So it's like, if this is what I'm doing, I'm only gonna worry about the people that's gravitating towards me. I'm not worried about the people gravitating everywhere else.
This is a great message because, like, us with the podcast, like, there's mad people doing fucking podcasts. You got celebrities doing podcasts.
Everybody.
You got B-list celebrities, C-list, and then you got people like us, you know what I'm saying, trying to build up an audience and all that. So it's like, we could have easily been like, I'm A+, but we could have easily been like, yo, we can't do a podcast. Everybody and their mama's doing a podcast. We'll never be able to carve our own out. But that's not how you gotta think about it. So we've been doing
Your
this.
shit ain't gonna be doper and all.
Definitely, it's 4 months now. We started in April, I think, or March or something, and we still here. You know what I'm saying? I feel good. This makes me happy. I have no plans on stopping
chilling.
anytime soon. You know what I'm saying? So
Consistency,
you
that's
can
all
only
it
go
takes.
up from here.
Consistency. Just stay consistent with it. That's all. Keep improvising. That's all you do. When you elevate, you just improvising on what you
Elevate.
Mhm.
Elevate.
Are you looking for a media agency that covers all the creative tasks that make a business successful? Lucid Perspective produces elegant, high-resolution graphics and logos, high-definition and 4K video, complete with treatment concepts and innovative editing. Lucid Perspective provides photography services such as fashion, advertisements, product or service, and aerial photography. We also help businesses build their brands from the ground up with complete campaigns that will make your business attractive to your target audience. We can bring your brand to the masses with our effective and strategic marketing campaigns to include sales funnels, eye-catching advertisements, breakthrough digital marketing through social media, and other digital avenues. Visit lucidperspective.com today.
All right, cuz look. Take us. That was a great message. I love it. Take to the promised land, goddamn. Because Cuzzo told me she had the opportunity to buy some land and she didn't do it. I would have sent her the money my damn self. Look.
I mean, the opportunity. Look. The opportunities are still there, so we ain't even gotta rush to jump into nothing.
I ain't hold on to it, Cuzzo. I'm just saying.
I know. But yes, so I did have the opportunity to go to Ghana and Sierra Leone for my birthday, my 40th birthday.
Need some diamonds. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Yeah, happy birthday.
It was, I've always said if I ever go to Africa, I wanted to go to Ghana. Hence my last name is Ashanti. So I've always learned about the Ashanti people and the Ashanti culture. And I always said if I ever, whenever I get the chance to go to Africa, I want to go to Ghana first because I want to go directly to where the people came from. That was my purpose for going. Well, my boyfriend, he's from Sierra Leone. Nice. So when I was telling him about me going to Ghana, he was like, well, we gonna go to West Africa. We got to go to Sierra Leone too. So in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, Sierra Leone is like, between, the distance between Virginia and Georgia. Okay, we can do that,
Okay.
But mind you, that's two countries, not states.
Right.
So in my mind, that's 2 stamps on my passport. So I'm good.
Right.
So he made it happen. We went to Ghana. We was in Ghana for 3 weeks, and we were in Sierra Leone for 3 weeks. And it was a very, very, very life-changing experience, like being in both places, seeing things. And I travel a lot. So, but this is my first time actually going like on that side of the country, on that side of the world. You know what I'm saying? I'm usually the Caribbean and stuff like that. So, and I'm just like, it was an eye-opener, a true eye-opener. Everything that we've been taught was a lie. Or a lot. I didn't say everything.
I want to ask a question.
But a lot of what we've been taught about Africans and a lot of the history is a lie.
Sure. When you was over there, was everything like had this yellow haze or this smoke in the air, like how they do on movies? Where like other countries, Middle East, Mexico, everything's like yellow and the tans.
Not at all. Clear skies.
Thank you.
Weather,
right, the fucking movies.
trees,
every time they
flowers.
go to another country, is like.
And that's exactly what it is. A filter to make it feel like the air quality sucks.
Yeah, like it's all brown and shit. You can barely breathe and shit. Yeah.
Oh, kind of fuckery going on.
I was so upset with America when I got there. I was like, they so dirty.
It's beautiful.
You was mad at her before though, right? Like you were already mad, but you just went over there, went home for a little bit.
Oh,
dirty summer.
Okay, so starting out when we got there, I kept telling my boyfriend, I was like, when I get there, I'm kicking my shoes off in the airport. I'm going to put my feet on the ground because in my mind, and I know it's probably stereotype.
No, go ahead. We with it. I'm with you.
Look at my
head. We with it.
Figuring shit out.
To the dirt. I thought I was about to walk out of the airport straight on some dirt. You know what I'm saying? This is the misconception that I had because instead of me doing my own research, I just took what I had and ran with it.
Okay.
So, man, get to the airport. For one, Ghana airport was immaculate.
I bet.
Immaculate. It was one of the cleanest airports I've ever been to. And I'm talking about out of all the airports I've been to in the States. Like, it was one of the cleanest, like, efficient. The people were there directing you. Like, ain't no whole bunch of lines and pile up in misdirection. Somebody there to guide you every step of the way.
Nice.
You know, super clean. So I was like, okay. Then they welcomed us, like, with open arms. Welcome, queen. Welcome, king. Welcome, empress. And I was just like, okay. So that was like a wonderful start to it. Like, okay, they already got me hyped.
I'm coming back. As soon as I leave, I'm going to come back as soon as I can.
Man, getting out of the airport, we stayed in 3 different places. Each week we stayed somewhere different because I didn't want to just stay in Accra.
That's right.
That was the main part we stayed in. So the first place we stayed was more on the countryside, on the outskirts of Accra, an area called Crocobiti, and it's literally on the beach. Crocobiti, yes.
Okay.
And it was on the beach. They call it the countryside, but I actually fell in love with it. Like, that was my favorite place to stay out of everything, was on the beach. Nice. The beaches were amazing. Never knew that they had beaches like this, you know, in Ghana, let alone in Africa, because we never told that they even had beautiful beaches in Africa.
And Ghana's on the coast, right?
On the West Coast. So every night, literally, when the sun go down, you get. It's peaceful. It was just a peaceful trip altogether. Like,
she's still happy about that.
When you go to sleep at night, like, literally ain't no cars. You don't hear no cars honking. You don't hear no police sirens. You don't hear no old girl out there playing their music and nobody arguing. You don't hear no police sirens.
What about nature?
You hear the waves from the ocean. You hear the roosters. You hear the frogs. I never heard frogs that loud before. I never heard frogs. Yeah. I heard frogs. Like, I could actually hear frogs. You can actually identify different types of insects and bugs and stuff, like crickets and stuff like that. Lizards everywhere. Lizards and geckos and roosters.
What about the fruit? Where the fruit at?
Ooh.
Oh, trust me, everywhere. Like, the first resort we stayed on, it was a banana tree in the yard, apple tree in the yard. They had all types of there was a mango tree, but it wasn't the right season, so the mangoes weren't ready, so I couldn't really eat a mango. But like the banana, now mind you, it's tropical weather all year round, but they have a rain season. So I think if I'm not mistaken, don't quote me on this, but I think they said start like at the end of May or June-ish, and it goes through like September, October-ish, and that's considered like a rain season. That's their seasons. You know, but and it's not even like, it's like if you been to Miami, how it rains just randomly. It's kind of like that. Yeah. It's kind of like that. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't nothing that stopped us. It wasn't nothing where we had to stay in the house for days at a time because it was just pouring down. It really wasn't. Like, we were still moving throughout our day. But the clubs were still the same. The clubs were still the same. Like, the people were still the same. One thing I can say about Ghana, though, Ghana is still very, very, very connected to tradition and culture. You know, you can find what I learned is Ghana, for one, is the size of Texas. Let's start there. I didn't realize it was that big because, for one, what we've always been educated on the size of Africa, when we look at it on the map, it's smaller than a lot of the countries. You know, the other continents.
Literally, on paper.
This on paper is a big. I mean, when you actually do the mileage and stuff, it's really big. And so we were in Accra, and Accra, I think they say, is about the size of New York City or something like that. So we were in Accra, then we were in Crocobiti, and then we went to Kumasi. Kumasi is where the Ashantis originated. And, you know, most Ghanaians are Ashanti people, and they were Ashanti people before it actually became Ghana.
Nice.
So, and that was like 8 hours away. So we literally were like all over Ghana, like taking trips, driving over Ghana, until I realized, like, we was just in a portion of Ghana because it's big as Texas. So, but they are very, very, very still connected to culture. Like, on any given moment, you'll still see them walking around in traditional garments, head scarves, dashikis, all type of kente fabrics and stuff like that. It's a lot of tribes in Ghana still practicing tribes. Property is cheap. They encourage Americans to
So I'm
come
talking
over.
about. That's what I'm talking about.
All you got to do is get you a visa.
I got a passport.
Visa.
I get a
Not
visa.
the passport. You need a visa. The passport. You got to have the visa and the passport.
Right.
So the passport to come home, the visa to go.
Right.
Right.
You need the passport for the U.S. You need the visa for Ghana.
Nice.
How much is the visa? It's cheap, right?
The visa, I did mine during the pandemic. I didn't know how the shipping was during that time, so I paid like the extra fee, and I paid like $129 total.
Yeah.
And the visa, that's just to stay in the country for a certain amount of time, right?
And my visa lasts for 5 years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I can go anytime for 5 years. I think you can stay for up to 3 months.
I'm a brokey. How much was the plane ticket?
How long was the flight, bro? I don't do planes. I gotta swim over there.
You gonna be swimming for a long time, buddy. Because that flight nonstop was 10 hours.
You gonna drown. You see in the history books.
Yes.
I'll wait till they build teleportation capsules.
Right.
Yeah.
So you ain't going nowhere then. That ain't connected by a bridge.
I mean, we fly. We prefer not to. Like we need to be drugged up and passing out.
How much was it and how long was it? I'm trying to go though.
So we because we were flying into Ghana and flying out of Sierra Leone. Our round trip ticket for both of us was like $21.50 for the both of us. Mm-hmm. And I don't think that was bad. We had a nonstop flight out of DC going into Ghana, and then we had one stop coming back, and we flew.
How you stop?
We stopped in Belgium.
So
from Africa to Belgium, I'm over.
Yeah.
Don't stop at JFK. JFK is dirt. JFK is the dirtiest airport in America.
And it's crazy because I've tried by any means to avoid JFK.
Please.
I think I've flown out of JFK like when I was younger. When we first moved to Virginia, and after that I've never flown out. And I try to avoid
it literally is dirty. Like the air stinks, the floors are dirty, the walls are dingy.
Wild.
JFK, don't avoid JFK. Just don't do it to yourself.
It was like 13 hours, 15-hour flight.
So the first going to Ghana, the nonstop was 10, and then coming back home, it was 21. No, 16. I'm lying. 16. It was 16, but we had a layover, so it was more like 8 and 6.
Okay.
Yeah. So it wasn't that bad. Honestly, though, the nonstop flight, I would suggest if you're gonna be flying over 8 hours, I would say pay the extra money and fly first class, because I wanted to stretch my legs out. Like
for sure.
Because it's the international flights, they are a little bit bigger than the domestic flights, but because it's still a seat in front of you. It ain't no bed. First class got a whole bed up there.
I'm 6'2", so I can't even. I'm 6'2", so I ain't even try to pump fake with the people in the back.
Exactly. You're gonna be trying to make sure you get you're gonna be fighting for
10 hours, not
What if there was one takeaway from the whole trip or a misconception that you thought you had? What would it be, and what was it? You know what I mean? What did you learn over there, that something that you had a misconception of Africa, of Ghana?
Well, it wasn't even Africa. It was more so I learned a lot of what we learned the opposite of here. So it was a lot of truth being revealed. That part. Because we went to the castles. We went to 2 of the castles. We went to Cape Coast and we went to Jamestown. And these were 2 of the castles where they were enslaving Black people, stealing them right from in front of, right out of Ghana,
out the bushes.
And they were keeping them in dungeons and hiding them from their families and stuff, and transporting them through tunnels, from port to port, and
dirty mother.
A lot of and these castles are still there. Like, you can still visit these castles. And the thing about it is, like I've been telling people since I've been back, we have all these history books and things like that. But one thing you cannot change is the writing on the wall. Like, you can write a book 3,000 times over and over and over again, but you can't change certain stuff. Like, we're standing in prison cells, and one thing you can't change is that energy in the room that you automatically feel when you walk in, and your hairs start to stand up, and you feel like it's like breathtaking.
Lord,
that's
get my ticket.
You can't deny stuff like that, where they still got the they still have the actual like cemeteries where people were buried, and the prison cells were like literally the rooms are like wall to wall, about this much space between, and they got 200 and something people in these rooms, and literally they leave them in there to die. Whoever, it's like survival of the fittest. The ones that don't die are the ones that got shipped off into slavery. You know what I'm saying?
They tried to take a long ass voyage.
Yeah, and it's crazy, and it was real, because it's like we can read all the books and all the history, but some of that stuff we can't, like being right there and seeing it with your own eyes. You can't deny this, no matter how much. And if you notice nowadays, you know, they're erasing a lot of this stuff because a lot of this stuff is becoming more available. I got videos when I went in certain places. They told me I wasn't supposed to record it, and you know, and that stuff. But it's like I understand why. You think I did? And I was recording. I had it for my own proof.
Right.
But I understand. But it's just crazy how we've been lied to by a lot of stuff, and it's like what we look, and it's like I understood how for years I never understood at first how when I meet foreign people, they always look at us like, you know, Americans, they're so lazy and they're so ungrateful and they this and the third. Then I understood it when I went over there. I really understood, because it's like we really have access to everything. And it's like, and not even just going to Africa, go outside of the 48 states, you know, go to St. Thomas, go to St. Croix,
Dominican
go to Puerto
Republic,
Rico, go to Dominican Republic, go to Haiti, go to Jamaica, like anywhere outside of these bordering states. Still people, even in the States, there's places in the U.S. that live way, like really, really bad that you would never know about. You know what I'm saying? And that's the eye opener, because like we have all of these opportunities, and it make it seem like it's given to us, you know what I'm saying? And it's for the control. When we go to these other countries, the stuff that we value, these people don't even think about. You know, they don't even think about. They live in peaceful lives because we stressed out about we're trying to
that's real.
Chase a standard and live by a standard that was created by this country and this system. You understand? They not living like that. Even though they now mind you, Ghana is still ruled by a king. They still have a government system, and the government system is fucked up over there too. You know, but they still got they got principles and traditions, because they still got their culture. You know, they still wrapped into their culture. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of what we put importance behind is really irrelevant, you know, in the bigger span of life. You know what I'm saying?
That's
like,
facts.
What we put importance in, it was not. It was like I went over there with all of this. I ordered so much stuff online, shopping. I'm going to wear this. I'm going to wear that. I'm going to wear this. I got over there and I was like,
I ain't wear none of this shit.
Right. I don't even feel right.
That would have put you. They would have been like, "This is an American person right here." Yeah.
I don't want to feel. I just felt like I don't want to do this. I don't want to be that person coming over here trying to act like I'm just this American person and I got it like that. Like
they would have smelled it off of you. Yeah.
We the same people. Our struggle's just a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? Our system is fucked up too, but they give us a little more to make us feel like we okay. You know what I'm saying? Y'all system just gonna straight up tell y'all not getting this, you're not getting that. You know what I'm saying? So y'all accept things better. You know what I'm saying? We got too many options. So it's easier for us to give up and get, you know, and ask and put our hand out. Y'all really got to go hard and work. And that's what I appreciate. Like when they say hard work, that they really putting in hard work. Hard work. I literally watch fishermen get up 6 a.m, take a canoe in the ocean, drop lines of fishing net, and while boys is like 10 guys is on land and they walking and pulling it while the boat is going around to drop the net around. The guys is walking, so they walking, pulling the net in together. You know what I'm saying? To gather all the fish.
Unified
at the market. That's work and dedication. That's work and dedication.
That's real. That's real.
Hey Frank, you asked for a goddamn takeaway.
I did.
You know what I'm saying? That's how we eat. That's how they know. That's not just how that household eat. That's how everybody eat. One thing about the people in neither one of those countries, people are not starving because they're not hungry. Do you know they both really are organic, holistic countries for real? You can find fruit trees and peppers in any given place. Ain't nobody mad at you if you take a banana or a fruit. Ain't nobody say, no, that's my treat. Eat if you hungry. When they cooking for everybody.
I wish.
You hungry, come get a plate. You sleepy, lay right here.
All right, so when we going? Everybody going. Let's go.
Look,
I'm
that's
definitely
what
trying
my
to
goal
go, dog.
is. I really
Crazy.
want to host a trip. I want to host a trip for, us that are interested. I'm not saying you got to move. I want to move. I ain't even going to lie. I'm ready to go. But I want to host the trip for people to just see it. Like, we go to...
Did you have a guide where y'all went?
I did. We did have a guide. Okay. We found, and all of the people we met like, we didn't know these people prior. So, and we just was blessed to meet some really, really good people. And we made some really, really good connections in both Ghana and in Sierra Leone. And in Sierra Leone is completely different. Completely different. Like, it's like, everybody knows Sierra Leone from Blood Diamond. So when I tell them,
that's the first thing that came to my head when you said it. Yeah.
And so everybody, the first thing they asked me, like, are you scared? Are you okay? You not worried about a kid militia coming and cutting your arm off? And and I'm like, the war was over a long time ago. They're not doing that type of stuff anymore. But the country is still really struggling, though. That country is struggling. And the crazy part is a rich country. The country is rich, rich, rich. The difference between Ghana and Sierra Leone is Ghana property is really reasonable for us in our USD. In Sierra Leone, where the people are really struggling way, way worse than they are in Ghana, the property is like how it is right here in the U.S.
Really?
Land and property cost the same amount. And I said, you know what? It's crazy. And it's crazy because in Sierra Leone, I felt more connected to those people, honestly, than I did in Ghana. I had a good time. I connected with people in Ghana too. But honestly, I felt like the struggle that we as Black people go through here in the U.S. was literally the same that those people in Sierra Leone was going through. Like, when I went outside, I'm outside on the porch looking around, and I'm literally like, damn, am I still in Norfolk or am I still in Africa? Like, that's how it was. Like, guys is walking down the street, they got their Jordans on, their True Religions, they got their, you know what I'm saying, their hats on backwards. Like, the olders, they still might have their, their African garments and stuff on, but it's the tradition is lost, and then the government is really not doing nothing. So when I tell you it's a hustle and bustle over there, everybody trying to get money, that's how it really was that. And we were in Freetown, Sierra Leone. So it was an eye opener, but I ain't even gonna lie. Neither country did I ever at one time feel uncomfortable. Did I feel like I felt like I was a threat to anybody? Right. Did I feel like somebody, they did laugh at me because we went during COVID and people was laughing at us because they knew we was tourists because we had our mask on. So that's how people was laughing at us because of that.
Hey, COVID wasn't over there. COVID wasn't over there.
Yo, that's a whole nother fucking hour-long episode.
That's a whole nother conversation.
Hey,
for real.
Because I want to say, hold on. I want to say, you said somehow Sierra Leone kind of lost this connection a little bit, and it's kind of a hustle and bustle, but some of the older ones got the tradition still. Like, is that, like, I'm just thinking, like, is that what is going to happen to the continent itself? They're going to force some people to disconnect from, right? Tradition. Tradition to be like, the new customs, right? Because I've been reading, and then China built Zimbabwe. China just built Zimbabwe a 22 or 24 million embassy for free.
Yeah, because they're bringing in goods to the country. So that's what they're doing. The Chinese people are coming in and saying, okay,
what I'm saying,
let us set up this and we're giving you that.
Right, but it's like, are they, slight-handed, right? Like, we're going to give you this, but down the road, we know y'all going to be needing us, and you can be assimilating to our way of life and disconnecting from your traditional way of life.
It's not even assimilating from our way of life when it comes to the Chinese people. It's more, oh, you just going to need us all the way around. Like, we here, so now, because when I was in Ghana, like, everything, all the apartments, everything that they get when it comes to construction and
China.
Everything is coming from China. So it's more so, you're not, but Ghana still was able to still keep the tradition. You understand? The same thing is going to happen in Sierra Leone. So what's going to, they're coming in with their goods and their supplies, and they're just bringing in cheaper goods to the country. They're not worrying about the culture. It's up to the people to keep that tradition and that culture there. So what's happening is the elders.
So that assimilation shit, that's like a Western thing. Like, that's what this
country
does.
That's what I was saying. Americans did that. They come over here and they made you feel like you need to be Christian or you need a Jesus and whatnot.
That's
Right.
But they say,
assimilation
no, you
shit.
keep your thing. We just want to do
In
business.
both of those countries, both Ghana and Sierra Leone, for the most part, were both heavily Christian and Muslim countries.
Mhm.
And the difference between over there and over here is that they respect both cultures. Like at any given moment, you will go anywhere and you will get the imam to say a prayer, and then the pastor will say a prayer. They
That's
respect everybody's culture. When it's
That's dope.
on Friday, when it's Juma, you hear the call to prayer throughout the entire the city. You know
That's
what I'm
how it's
saying?
supposed to be.
It's like when the Christians gotta go do whatever it is that they gotta do, they respect that as well. So it's a difference here because here is more separated.
It's
you know what I'm
division,
saying?
yeah,
Over
isolation.
there, you can be a Muslim and your brother be a Christian, and it's not about what you practice and who you believe in. It's about we as human people, You know what I'm saying? We all
Respect.
still struggling the same way, regardless of who we believe in. You know what I'm saying? And that's how, and that was one of the things that I really took a lot from, because it's like, I feel like here, that's one of the biggest separations here. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the biggest things that's keeping us separated.
They love to take our differences and use them, make us use it against each other and divide us.
Right.
Anything, any kind of difference, yeah.
That wasn't that religion was not the issue there. That wasn't the issue. Like they really about the people, elevating the people, getting the people up, getting the government out of there, getting back into culture and tradition. The same way we finding out and the same way we have been lied to, they was lied to too. You know what I'm saying? They was lied to too. So it's like now it's literally reprogramming. We all learning the same way we getting new information. We can see that now Ghana has beaches and they have, all the same stuff that we have here in the States. The same way they can see the same thing. They can see that, well, we ain't even really got to go there no more because, we can get this same stuff here and we can make it better. You know what I'm saying? Because we got the resources.
This remind me of, what is it, Akon. Akon, he started in the music industry
Senegal.
Yeah. He started, branching out and he bounced. You know what I'm saying? He's over there doing
He building his own city.
He don't even fuck with America no more like that. He just
remember AJ Johnson, baby boy mama on the movie. She lives in Ghana now. She moved to Ghana. A lot of people are moving there, and they're allowing you citizenship. You get you a visa, they're allowing you citizenship. You know what I'm saying? And it's so easy. And one of the things that what changed my perspective on the States is like it's hard to help people here, help people that need help. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't just make a whole basket of sandwiches and go outside and pass people out because now you got to have a permit. You
get arrested, you get thrown in jail. Like
you
what the
get
fuck?
Arrested just to help somebody who hungry. You understand? Over there, it's not like that. It's not like that at all. Like when you want to help somebody, when you want whatever it is that you're trying to implement is gonna benefit. And you're gonna see how it's gonna benefit, and it ain't no red tape with it. It ain't no you gotta go through the city, and then you gotta go through the state, and then you gotta get this permit, you gotta get
everybody
this license.
with their hands.
And all I want to do is just help these people that's homeless. They hungry. You know what I'm saying? They sleeping under a bridge. Why I can't take them something to eat?
But they will spend the money and put spikes under the bridge and spikes on the benches and all that.
To try to keep them away.
Right. That's what they'll spend the resources on.
But all you're doing is pushing them around. That's not helping the situation. And that's the thing here. It's like, you want to help, but then it's like, you don't even allow us to really help. So do you really want us to help? You want to keep the problem the same so you keep saying it's a problem.
America like putting Band-Aids on shit.
Right.
Not even,
and you don't even put a Band-Aid on it. You just you don't care.
Dirty
These
old used gauze.
They wipe it over like this with their hand.
Right.
The wounds is hanging out.
Yeah.
Nah, that's crazy. You asked for a takeaway, Frank, and she goddamn went.
No, this is perfect. This is dope. This is dope. I love this. Like everything you said.
I'm trying to do a computer program in Africa for sure, dog. I'm definitely trying to go over there. Let us know, man, because I ain't been nowhere, goddamn. So my dad, that's what's fact. That's a fact. My dad had a dog named Angola, and that's the capital of Ghana, right?
Oh my gosh, you remember that dog?
Yeah, I remember that dog. Yeah.
I remember that dog, but yeah, I think you remember that dog. But yes, yeah, Angola is an actual country.
Oh, it's a country, not the capital. Okay.
Right, it's a country, and actually, Angola is the biggest country in Africa. And to get a little more technical, it's 8 times the size of Texas.
Gotcha.
So it's literally the size of the entire East Coast. I mean, West Coast.
The continent of Africa is bigger than any other. Well, aside from Europe, it's bigger than
How many
America.
countries in Africa?
Literally, all of the other continents can fit in Africa.
It's Africa, right?
Yeah.
Literally, like when I was in Ghana, and when we were flying to Ghana, you know how I don't know if you ever been on a flight that has like the map to show you the distance from where you're going to where you know
Yeah.
your distance.
I ain't never been
So
there.
I was looking at the miles, you know, from DC to Ghana. And I'm like, okay, this is interesting. So I started zooming in. Okay, well, what's the distance between Ghana and Sierra Leone? And it said 33 hours. So I'm like, wow,
33 hours driving, like to drive?
Yeah, if you were driving it would be 33 hours.
Damn.
That's further.
Now,
That's
mind
further
you-
than from Cali to
mind
VA.
Mind you, if you look at it on a map, like I said, it looked like the distance between maybe Virginia and Georgia. But
Right.
it's literally 33 hours. So then I Googled the distance between Virginia and California. Like, so to get to the east coast of California is like 37 hours. The central of California
Wow.
is 42 hours.
And that's
So
just two
literally,
countries in Africa. That's
That's
not even
two
the whole
countries.
fucking continent.
That's two countries. So two countries is so to go from Ghana to Sierra Leone is literally like driving from Virginia to California.
Wow.
And that's why it was a 3-hour flight. So, you know, that just opened my mind of like, wow, okay, so in comparison, how big is Ghana? And Ghana in comparison to US state is slightly bigger than Texas. Okay, Sierra Leone
No.
is slightly bigger than New York.
Them goddamn maps pissing me off now every time I see it. I mean, I've known that for a while, but like now it's like I'm about to look at one right after this and get
You
pissed.
better look it up.
Go into YouTube rabbit hole and look at them how they purposely
I went down that
put their
rabbit
maps
hole.
together and how
I
they got
went
them
down
folded
that
that
rabbit
shit
hole.
and how they make that shit fit
And
together.
then
how
movies.
US bigger than everybody.
You know what I'm saying? Then movies. Every time they show a foreign country, Africa, Middle East, Mexico, is always that, like I said, that filter, like brown, yellow filter, like make you feel like it's dirty and dingy and it's horrible.
Mm-hmm.
But
That's
we know now.
Yeah.
So
We figuring shit out.
definitely we definitely figuring shit out. This is definitely a dope episode.
It does. Cuzzo came in with the goddamn fire,
Yes.
goddamn.
Yes, we definitely gonna get clips out of this.
I'm telling y'all, I'm working on. I'm gonna work on a trip. I'm gonna hit y'all up because we
For
we
sure.
gotta make this happen.
We'll be
Seriously.
there.
I'm with it.
I want to form a group. Like, that's my ultimate goal. To go there, buy a house, about 15, 16 bedrooms where I can host people coming. So that way, you know, you feel comfortable coming to somebody that you know is American. You know what I'm saying? You know a little more of what you're looking for, but I still want to introduce you to this African culture.
I'm fucking with it. I'm with it. Let me know.
20 days. 40 days is a long time. I do 20.
No,
I
wait,
do
you
40.
gotta do 40. Every time I mention it, everybody be like, look, we can't do 30
She
days.
wanna-
40
I
days
know
and
that.
40 nights.
But
Why
we
not?
can't do weekends on a 10-hour flight. We gotta
You
do
right.
at least 7 days.
You're right.
We got to do at least 7 days.
She hit us with the Jesus fast, 40 days and 40 nights.
Yeah. Come back changed. But that's
Yeah,
dope.
and I
That's dope.
did.
And man,
And I did. I really did.
the blood of
But
Jesus. Look.
you gotta experience it though.
That's
Like that's
dope.
something that I feel like everybody should experience. And not even just with Africa. Like I said, them
Anywhere, right?
Caribbean countries, even with US. Yes, yes.
I'm trying to go to France.
We
Yes.
always want to
Look,
go to
friend.
Egypt too. We've been talking
Oh,
about
no, the
Egypt.
pyramids,
We love
for sure.
Egypt.
Yeah.
For sure. Egypt, guys,
Oh, yeah.
gotta be a bucket list.
My thing is, now that I have my passport and I've got 2 visas for the country, I'm trying to conquer as
Damn,
many
2
countries
visas,
that I
Charlie.
can. I'm trying to conquer as many countries on that continent that I can go
You can
to.
be a dual citizen? A
You
tri-citizen?
think I'm gonna give up this USD? No, no.
Hold on,
Oh, man, raise no food.
on that
Look.
note, figuring shit out. Episode 15.
Oh, man.
This is a good one. This is a
Damn.
dope. This is a dope show.
Uncle Sam was dirty somebody, but he alright sometimes. Look.
No.
Word. This
One
is a
thing
good
about
show.
it, you gotta keep this. This is always like,
Uh-huh.
especially as a business. You know what I'm saying? You definitely want to keep your business. I have a child. You know what I'm saying? This is gonna be, you know,
Passed down.
generational income for her.
That's
So
dope. That's
I
dope.
can't. That's why I can't give up my citizenship all the way unless she moving with me.
Mhm.
Then we out. But she ain't trying to go. So I got to make sure I still got, you know, her straight here.
But
That's a
you
fact.
definitely dropped gems. I'm sure you're gonna inspire
Oh,
a lot of
yeah.
people with this one. We're gonna put this out, push this. You
We're
got
going to
the
have about
salon.
25, 30 people go to Africa with
Go
us.
visit Ashanti's hair studio in.
I made the website. What up?
Okay,
Yeah.
what's the
Oh, yeah.
website? What's the website?
AshantiHairStudios.com.
Facts,
What's up?
facts. Any other socials? Anything you want to promote before we head out, other than the hair studio?
Other than I do customs, if y'all need some custom
Word.
That website coming too. I'm trying.
shirts, hoodies, that website coming soon, so don't go looking for that. Just hit me up on in my email or DM.
Okay.
But yeah, any custom stuff that you need, I got you on that.
And you're
I
gonna do it.
graphic,
You're doing
like-
my thing, right? You're gonna do
Oh, got you when you're ready for that.
Yeah. So
I
I'm
got
gonna get on the show, and I'm just gonna have a head full of
Dude.
hair.
I'm going to laugh the
You
entire
gonna come
show.
out with some cornrows,
No,
some locks, like you have a style in mind.
I used to have long hair. Like we did another show. I had my shit. It was all curly and everything. I'm gonna get on the
Really?
show. You can't say nothing. You can't laugh. We just gonna do a show like I've
Bro,
always
I'm
had
a
it.
joke for every thread you got in your head.
I'm gonna just get on here like episode 25. Let's go, and then we just act like it don't even exist. But yeah, that's dope. This is a good one. Thank you so much for coming through. This was super dope.
Yes, I love figuring shit out with y'all. This was dope.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate y'all inviting me on. We definitely got to do this again.
Facts.
I'm definitely gonna keep y'all
Definitely.
posted on this trip and how we doing.
Let us know. We
the
coming.
progress on that.
Damn, I just had an episode flash in my eyes of us doing live on the Africa, dog. Like, y'all playing with it.
Yes.
We gonna bring the equipment. The TSA let us bring the equipment through. We can do it.
We buying that shit over there. Fuck them.
Okay.
That
work.
We can take all of this.
That
One
work.
thing about it, it's fully functional. Okay, so we ain't got to worry about it. Whatever we do here, we can do there.
Facts.
That's what I like.
That's what's up. Well, thank you so much. Episode
appreciate you,
15.
brother.
This is a wrap. Thank you again. Follow Ashanti Hair Studio.
Alrighty.
Peace.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.